Man, how are you?
Very good.
Firstly, thanks for having me and the coffee. Delicious. You should open a cafe.
Yeah.
Can you tell everybody your name and your occupation?
Do you want to know my real name or?
We can do both. I was going to go into the pseudonym.
Yeah. So my real name is Mansoor Ali Bhatti, and my artist alias is MANNBUTTE. And a lot of people call it MANNBUTTE. Or
oh, really?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's kind of like the. Well, yeah. I think it's just two names, and I'm sure we're gonna get into more detail with that.
If that's cool.
Yeah, sure.
We can do that now. Where did that originate?
Well, I used to work in advertising. That's how I started my career in Dubai. And on the side, I think I started to shoot and take pictures with friends and stuff, and slowly started to get into more commission work. And I remember doing some photos for smaller brands and, friend designers, and then started to go into a level where I was starting to shoot for brands that would be competition for the brands I was working as a creative director in advertising agency. So my CEO suggested, her name is Komal Bedi. She said that you need to change your name as a photographer because of conflict of interest. And she's the one who suggested the name MANNBUTTE. Basically, she said go for MANNBUTTE, but it's cool. It's like short names for my full name, which is Mansoor Bhatti. But then I added a little bit of, a little visual detail to it, which is the N and an E in the end to make it sound MANNBUTTE, which kind of helped me quite a lot in the beginning, because it had that really catchy vibe, when you say it.
Well, as I said, I first sent you an email in 2015, so 9 years later we're doing this.
Oh wow!
Yeah, no, I mean everything works out.
You did send me an email.
Yeah.
Oh,
back in the day, but everything works out for a reason. Timing, blah blah blah. But I MANNBUTTE to me, because I say MANNBUTTE, not MANNBUTTE.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, MANNBUTTE.
And so many. So I had no idea where you were from, because it was such a cool name. So we have to thank her for that.
Thank you.
Not her.
Oh, thank
Komal. Yeah.
She's become a photographer herself now, which is wonderful.
Is she in Dubai?
No, I think she's traveling all over the world.
Okay.
Yeah, she's left her advertising career as well.
Okay.
But she's more into street, doing very well.
Okay, amazing. We know, but what's your occupation?
Photographer, creative, entrepreneur,
artist,
author. You can call me anything, really. I mean, I would just say, in short, it would be an artist.
Okay, cool. What 3 words describe you best?
As an artist or as a person?
It can be either. Stylish being the first,
Young.
Me
youth,
too. Yeah.
I think youth, young, hungry, unstoppable.
Amazing.
Yeah.
They're good ones.
Yeah.
And still as hungry as you were?
More hungry.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What was your first job?
As a photographer?
Yeah.
My first job was I shot something for a friend's brand. Now she's a big designer, because back in the days she was, starting up. And she had these jackets which had these high shoulders. Her name is Lady Fazaza.
Okay.
She's huge now. And I did a very bad shoot. Yeah.
Why?
Her. I just didn't know how to shoot at that time. I was just hungry and I just wanted to do it. But I think sometimes you overdo things,
But they were used?
No.
Oh, okay.
They were terrible. Yeah.
I can't
they were
imagine
pretty bad,
that.
actually. And I think there's a process. The right process is you learn the rules and you break them. I think in my way it has been the other way.
Okay.
So I first broke the rules and I then learned the rules.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's been a little bit of a. But there's beauty in all the process.
Of course.
If I still look at them, they're still not as bad. But I wish they could have been better. Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
After this, I want to see them. Tell us about Things by People.
Yes, Things by People was an agency. So like I said, I was working in advertising, and we always had to fly in photographers, right, from all over the world, from New York, from London. And I was always thinking, why don't we have fashion photographers in Dubai? I mean, it would be great to have some sort of a resource or some sort of a company to do that. And the other thing that, of course, I had started my photography career, and I was talking to agencies to represent me, and there was no one that wanted to do that. And I thought it's probably the right time that I start my own agency, Things by People, and then have me represented by it. And then also at the same time, bring in a lot of photographers over here in Dubai, or like groom people that already exist here in the region. So I partnered up with an old friend. His name is Faisal, and then we started Things by People. I think overnight we just like went and registered the company, and then we decided that we want to do this.
What year was this?
It was 2015.
Okay.
Yeah, it's exactly. And I went back to my agency, and I resigned in a day, and I left my company right away because I wanted to just.
Scary?
I believed in this. It was very scary, and it was very tough the first 2 years. I was really down to a nickel. That's what they say. Yeah, I think the first 2 years I was down to a nickel. It was very, very tough. But I believed that this will work, and it did work. And it was amazing after that. Yeah.
Epic. And tell me about the book.
This book, I would show it on the screen as well.
Yeah.
This book is called Onset Offset. It's a book about my personal work and commission work. So that side is the commission, which is Onset, and that side is the personal work, Offset. Well, it's a beautiful book. I think I'm really proud of it, to be honest. I think it's got a lot of things that I really truly love. It's got pictures of people I don't remember names of, like this girl. Yeah. I don't even remember who that is. And it's got pictures of people that I'll never forget in my whole life. For example, I still remember, this is in London. And this is Blanca. I met her in London. She came for a job. Then we stayed, in the same apartment, actually. And then every day we shot. And I pretty much was so inspired by her. And there's so much time we spent together shooting. There's a lot of stuff, but this is one of my favorite photos. This is Benny. She's a singer of my band, my first band called Pop Suicide.
Nice.
I had that for a couple of years, and yeah, so there's just like all sorts of work here. There's the commissioned work on the other side, which is more polished and more fashion. That was for Vogue Italia. Same for Vogue Italia. Oh, it's the same story. I really love this story. That's the one you saw.
The huge
there.
one, yeah. Beautiful.
So I've got two prints of these. There's one I've got this, and the other one's with a friend of mine called Buthena in Dubai.
Okay.
Yeah.
Show me the cover, because I love the story about how this came to be.
Well, so this I was in a very rough times of my life. I think this was in 2021. Yeah, this is right after COVID. And I was driving down Sports City Road, Motor City to Sports City, to go and get karak. And I saw this girl standing on a bus station. And I just parked my car, and I went up to her and I asked her if I can shoot with her. So this became the cover. And that's very interesting.
But you said you shot it the next day.
Yeah, just the next day.
I remember
I borrowed some clothes from another friend, and I just drove down, and then we went to a studio, and then we just shot this there. And I styled it, and I did the makeup.
Did that lift everything?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Good point, yes. Yeah. It's always been that. it's always been like, I think I want to do things that I want to do. It's nothing can stop me. You know, I feel like it's always been like that. You know, I would reach up to someone and say, I want to do this, no matter who that is. You know, yeah. And many times I would get a no. You know, many times you'd get rejected. But
yeah, of course.
yeah, I was just I think a few weeks ago, I wrote a whole story about a project that me and my partner Galbi, she's my art partner in Enzo Studios, and we wanted to do a campaign for Enzo. And I remember that we couldn't get anyone free. There was no hairstylist, no makeup artist, no stylist free on that day. But I wanted to do it on that day, and we did it. And it was some of the most beautiful work I've
Amazing.
done. So I think
everything for a reason. You know?
Yeah. I think it's you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, for sure. What made you start a career in photography, and what inspired you to? When did you leave Pakistan?
I left Pakistan in 2008, but I would say that I left Pakistan when I was mentally
yeah.
when I was 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So how it all started is a really, really interesting and beautiful story. So my mom, we used to live in Hyderabad in Pakistan, which is like part of a city. It's a smaller city. It's like a between village and a city. And my mom would go and buy these old magazines from these carts. They would sell these old magazines. Now they would sell these not to read. They would sell these so that people can take the tears off and use it for packaging or storing things and all. And my mom would do the same thing. And I would just open these and I would see these really beautiful pictures inside. And I think some of them were L or some of them were like, I don't remember what.
And you were 12?
I was 12 or 13, I would say. And I would tear those off. And I still remember the picture of Drew Barrymore in a Guess jeans ad. And
I know the shots.
Yeah, it's like all blue. It's so beautiful. And some Calvin Klein ads. And I would just stick them inside my cupboard so nobody can see that what I was doing, at the age of 12 and 13.
Because none of your friends would have been...
Nobody, even in my house, no one knew that I was doing that.
But I mean, it wouldn't have been the thing, would it?
It would have been an issue.
Yeah.
It would have been. I think, back home in Pakistan, it's quite conservative.
Of course. Yeah.
Community. I mean, thank God I didn't have a sister. It would have been a bit more problematic, knowing where we live and all of that. But and then later on, my mom found out. She saw it and she was like, "It's cool. I don't know why you're keeping them." I didn't even know why I was keeping them.
That's amazing that she...
Yeah, and I didn't even know why I had them. I had no idea why I'm doing this. It's only until recently I discovered that why I would do that, And I think that's when I was already out. I was just looking, I think because I didn't have education or schooling that would teach you how to get to your dreams and stuff, right? So I didn't know that. I was just going with the flow and stuff. I learned English through music, listening to music.
Yeah.
I didn't go to any school to learn English. So I listened to like Guns N' Roses, Roxette. And if you look at the type of bands I was really into, there was so much fashion in them, like Black Crowes.
Yeah, amazing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
You look at Black Crowes, you're like, they look like models.
They've done private rooms.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So proud.
No, it's amazing.
Yeah.
But it was similarly for me. I loved like first albums. I loved Adam and the Ants.
Yeah,
were one of the first. Then Sex Pistols, and it wasn't just the music. It's the outfit. It's
exactly. Yeah. So I think the people that I really love, like Roxette and stuff, there was always something to do with fashion in that, But I wasn't into avant-garde. Like, for example, I wouldn't like Prince. For me, that's a bit avant-garde.
Yeah.
And I still don't like avant-garde.
But you like the music?
Fashion. Even avant-garde music, no.
Okay.
I think that's not the genre. I think I like classic.
Yeah.
I like true classic, fashion. Like I love Dior, for example, as a brand to shoot. I really love Dior. That picture there, I think that's Dior, all of it. Yeah.
We'll spin round for that in a while.
Yeah.
From a work perspective, what's been the most rewarding and what's been the most challenging?
I think the initial journey where you had to say no to a lot of brands that wanted you to shoot commercial. I think the whole idea that you would hire an artist who's doing really good in a certain aesthetic and then you would ask them to shoot something completely different, I think that's been very challenging for me mentally, emotionally. A lot of jobs like that, which I had to stop in the middle of the shoot, that I couldn't shoot them the
Wow.
way they wanted. Yeah, it just became impossible for me. I remember telling one of the big brands here, it's a mall, and I was shooting, and I think there was this kid jumping in the shot, and they just kept wanting him to jump, and he got exhausted.
Of course.
Yeah, and I stopped the shoot. I said, "Look, guys, this doesn't. You already have really good shots of him jumping. He doesn't need to have a picture of him smiling and not smiling and smiling more and then smile in the medium." I think those sort of shoots in my career has been like an eye-opening to say that I don't want to do this anymore.
But surely they would listen to you if you say we have the shot.
I think it's a journey. Now they'd listen to me. I think when you're starting up, when you're new, I think people don't listen to you. Now brands will listen to me. Like I just thankfully shot campaign for Expo, and the client's been amazing, and we shot the way we wanted. Even they chose some of the shots from the recce images. That's crazy to be used in the actual campaign, you know. So I think it's a journey. When it comes to rewarding, I think my initial work for Vogue Arabia has been very rewarding. I think when they had launched, we had launched Things by People. And I think it was
timing.
Yeah, timing. I think they were at 2016, 17. And we had already been a bit established. And I think that partnership in shooting till the COVID times, those 3-4 years, was very rewarding. I think my most favorite project was I did a film for Vogue Arabia, Dyson collaboration in UK in a small cafe. It's one of my favorite works that I did
not seen
in film.
That.
Yeah, I'll show it to you. You'll love it. It's very beautiful.
Picking up on COVID, how was COVID?
Very bad. I think the first 3-4 months, I realized that I have no work. You know, there's no income, there's no work. Because, you know, with photography, you know it. You know, with photography, you have a job, then you have income. You don't have a job, you don't have an income, right? So now after 3 months, I decided that I wanted to do something, and I started a project called Known and Published, which is to help a lot of photographers like me to educate and get income through online education. So it's a subscription-based portal which gives you all the lighting secrets and everything, you know, in one go. Knowledge. It's not long videos like YouTube and stuff. It was a new idea. It was like recipe. You open a picture, it opens up the recipe, how it's done.
It's just sharing knowledge.
Yeah, so that helped me during COVID time, to have some income.
It was a weird old, and it seemed to have, it's such a distant memory now. Yeah. Masks and
I know.
Whole. Did you see the shot? There's an incredible shot of huge drones on Beach Road spraying disinfectant.
Yes.
And it looks like Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Only in Dubai, you know?
Yeah, only in Dubai.
It was incredible. Where were you 10 years ago?
10 years ago, I was here in Dubai, and I was, I had just started. It would be like 2016, so I was just new in Things by People. And,
the beginning.
Yeah, the beginning. Yeah.
Where would you hope to be in 10 years' time?
There's an interesting story about Things by People, and I really want to share.
Yeah, for sure.
And so we had started, and we knew that it's just me and Faisal, right, and my partner. And we started, and we were like, oh, there's one thing interesting about us is that this is the first fashion creative agency. So I think wrote to Campaign magazine, and I said that this is the first fashion agency in the Middle East we're launching. And they're like, oh, cool, can you send us a bit of information? And we send them information. And I think we had a very cool website and stuff. And I think they went and got inspired. And then we were just chilling, and I think one day Campaign magazine comes out, and it's the cover story.
Oh, wow.
It's on the cover. And I remember me and Faisal looking at each other, we're like, we need people in our company now.
You would assume they would have let you know you were on the cover.
Yeah, they didn't let us know, and then we were on the cover.
Pleasant surprise.
And that puts so much pressure on us to make it happen.
But amazing.
Yeah, incredible.
You can't buy that, you know.
No, you can't. Yeah, and it says the things by people, the first fashion agency in Dubai.
Amazing.
Yeah, I still got a copy of that.
And that's 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's 10 years ago.
Where would you hope to be in 10 years' time? Physically, mentally.
I would love to live in UAE because I think this is my home. I love this place so much. But I'd love to travel more and shoot more abroad, and that's why I'm looking to get a work permit if I can get in Europe, because there's a lot of creative opportunities there.
For sure.
Yeah.
What is your greatest love?
Greatest love? Creating anything. Could be music, could be painting, could be art. I'm just addicted to seeing the end result. I'm so addicted to it. I just want to see something being made and output of it. It could be anything.
Well, you're definitely doing that.
Yeah, that's my greatest love. Yeah.
What is your greatest fear?
Losing my vision. I think.
Yeah.
I think losing my vision.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I would be like,
who would play you in a movie?
That's a very cool. I never thought of this. Who would play me in a movie? I mean, it'll have to be a brown person, right?
No.
No, of course.
No, anybody. I think more of a acting.
Character.
Acting is acting, you know.
Character wise. It'll have to be. I think it'll have to be this guy from, what's his name from Titanic?
Leo.
Yeah, I
okay.
I think it'll be him. It'll be him for sure.
The dude with all the young girlfriends.
Yeah.
He's having so much flack for his.
But I think,
cool.
But what I think that he can really adapt. He can really adapt to a character. So I think he'd be the right person.
Yeah. Good choice.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's expensive.
I'm sure he is.
If you could vacation with any person alive or dead, who would it be?
My dad.
Okay.
My father. Yeah. Who'd be dead?
No, alive or dead.
Alive.
Yeah.
My father. Yeah.
Yeah. He's with us.
Yeah. He's with us.
Is he back?
Yeah,
Pakistan?
he's back home.
Okay.
I love him. Yeah.
He's been to Dubai?
Yeah, man. He's here twice a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does he think of Dubai?
He likes it a lot.
Yeah?
He just loves being around.
No culture shock, or maybe the first time he came?
No, he's traveled around.
Okay.
All his life.
Cool.
Yeah, he's been to Europe. He's been
amazing.
Because one of my brothers is in Europe. He's in Norway. Yeah.
What does he do?
He's into IT security.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not as cool as photography.
He's got a very cool job. I think it's got to do with hacking and protection.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah. So his specialty.
I still prefer the photography. The other brother.
True.
What's your favorite destination?
Norway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any
day.
Least favorite?
Pakistan.
Why?
I don't connect to that country. I think I'm just not from there. I don't at all connect to it.
I'm similar with, mine.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to do some quick fire. What makes you laugh?
What makes me laugh? I don't know. We can just go back in the interview. I laughed so many times, right?
We'll snip that and re-add it. What makes you cry?
I think for both questions, the answer would be anything real.
Mm-hmm.
I think anything real would trigger me to laugh. Anything real would trigger me to cry as well. Yeah.
I know the answer to this next question. What was the last gift you gave somebody?
Well, it's that photograph. Let me share that.
Phenomenal.
I'll just bring it here. Yeah.
A beautiful gift.
Yeah, that's a photograph from 2017 for Vogue. And I think this was shot at, it was Nikki Beach.
Beautiful.
It's all written in the back.
I love it. Yeah, I read it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing.
And it's because you love the beach road.
Yeah. Till I die.
This is why
Jumeirah till I die.
This is why I picked that for you.
Tattoo.
That's
I
the
love
closest thing I have in the beach. Yeah.
Beautiful. And thank you. What was the last photograph you took?
Yeah, that's very interesting. I think the last photograph I took, I think I have posted that, is that one. I don't know if the video can see, but it's that picture.
And who is that?
And that's also not a model. It's someone I called for a casting.
Okay.
And she sent me a message and I called her to the studio.
That was yesterday or this week?
I think 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah. And now she's got her first commercial job for a fashion brand.
See?
Yeah.
This is how it works. I told you about Guia, the Italian friend.
Yeah.
And she's not a professional model, but she'd look amazing.
Yeah.
You know? And one day I asked her, I shot some...
You should bring her over and you should shoot her.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We'll do
or
that.
I can,
But it's all... I love this fabric of, sharing.
How much you can enable.
Of course.
I think
it can change people's lives.
The great thing is that when you're creative or an artist, you can create anything.
Yeah, for sure.
Like they say, good old days, good design can save the world.
Yeah.
It's true,
yeah,
though.
Of course.
It's
100%. What was the last book you read?
Yes, there is a book I'm reading, which is here. I'll bring it quickly.
I should have prepped you on these.
No, it's fine. It's Anna Karenina. It's a Russian book.
Yeah.
This is
legendary.
Yeah. It's quite old. Leo Tolstoy and Anna Karenina.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the book I'm reading nowadays.
Amazing. And tea or coffee? Karak.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to add to that question. Urban or rural?
Both. I love both.
Yeah. Okay. Cats or dogs?
Love both.
But you don't have a cat. I'm trying to give you a cat.
I have trauma of both. I've lost two, and
no, it's tough.
Yeah. I think I've had a dog as a child. I would love to get a dog once again in my life for sure. I would love that.
The bond though is tough.
Yes.
Any regrets apart from agreeing to do this with me?
No, I think I do have regrets. Lots of them. I think not just one, but lots of them. But they're quite personal.
Of course.
For example, one would be choosing or making some decisions regarding my mother's health in a hurry. That would be a regret. Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's a couple of more as well.
Yeah.
We all do have regrets. I mean,
we'll do the others without the camera over a glass of wine. What's the closest you've come to death?
A concussion. I think that was pretty bad. You know what concussion is, right? I don't know how to pronounce it properly, I guess.
How did that happen?
So I had an accident on my skateboard. I fell off in I think in JLT with these smaller slopes, and I think that skate went really fast, and I think so I fell off and I hurt my knee. But that was fine. Nothing happened. I went to the doctor, I had a couple of exercises, and I was fine. But I think that there was something in there that was still not fixed.
Wow.
So what happened is one day I just went into the bathroom and I think hit my knee onto the corner of the marble. At a point that I remember looking at myself at the mirror and I said, and blank.
Wow.
And I don't remember anything.
Just from that?
Yeah, just from that. And the pain went so sharp that I looked at myself. All I remember is that. And then I remember waking up and it felt like there's an earthquake. So like...
You hit your head?
I was down. I fell. I think I hit my head into something.
Wow.
But I don't have pain of that. That's interesting, because I think in concussion you're almost dead. You don't feel anything. There's no pain. So I did hit head, and I was on the floor, and then I woke up thinking there's an earthquake, and I had no memory that thing had happened.
Wow.
5 minutes ago. So I woke up and I was like, and I think my daughter was banging the door like, Baba, what happened? And I opened it and I said, was there an earthquake? She said, no, we just heard a big bang. And then I was like, oh, now I remember what happened.
Do you know what's scary about this question is I've asked a lot of people this question.
Yeah.
And there's such a there's obviously car accidents and so on and so forth. A friend was sleeping and had a scorpion climb inside her mouth and sting her. So, you know,
oh, wow.
Which then you need to get to hospital in a certain amount of time, etc. But it's so the tolerances of you being okay from these experiences or not. Because lots of people aren't. You could have hit your head at a certain angle and game over. You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
Uplifting question. If you owned a boat, what would it be called?
Oh, that's a difficult one. I think I'll give it my mother's name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is
Banu.
Banu.
N-O.
Banu. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Is that, what would that mean in English? Is there a, or is,
I don't think it has a.
It doesn't.
It
Okay.
doesn't have a meaning.
Just sounds cool.
I love that name.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful name.
And finally, your message, words of wisdom.
Yeah, I think there's one thing that I tell everyone, whoever asks me, like some of the people would say, oh, can you teach me photography very quickly or something? And I said, well, you just need to keep shooting. I think that's the only thing. And I think the only thing that is stopping you from doing anything is yourself. So I think that's the only wisdom I can give.
Fact.
Yeah, fact. Yeah, fact.
Man, super fun. Thanks so much.
Thank you.